Welcome back to Nimby Rails and a bit of a different video. I did not plan to do this video one day, and it has been a month since I last uploaded, and maybe you already seen it, but for those who don't, I will part ways with the current network. I haven't played a lot in January, partially because it felt incredibly repetitive what I did, and I want to change that. But before we jump into a new world, you can find the network that I have created in Nimby Rails itself. I have finally uploaded it. From the Nimby Rails main menu, go to Shared Games and then search the shared network map for Klaipeda. South of it, you can find my network and check it out or continue it yourself. It has been 14 months or so with that network, but it is surprisingly easy to say goodbye to it. I have made the big network very big, but I just don't feel motivated to continue it. So we will change sceneries and also change rules a bit. What I mean with changing rules is that I want to limit myself more than I did before. Not just build a network, build a route and then ignore it for the rest of time, but grow it organic. That means a way bigger focus on buses and trams. Also a focus on reactivating old lines, focusing more on deciding train sizes on stats, not on feelings, and upgrading it over time. Where will the new journey start? In my home country, in Germany. And we will start where the first rails were laid down into German history, Nuremberg and its region. Normally I would jump in and directly go for the main station of the place we are starting at, like I did with Tallinn, but in this case we are not doing that. So I can remove the overlay. And first of all, let's go to the company and accounting settings to set the base for the future. I'm always a big fan of 35% global demand factor. It fits quite well with the passenger numbers in Germany and the center of Europe. So we will go with 35%, now we'll go into the demand curve editor. The population is in the base game. You can go to the origin. Already the curve that we are seeing here is one that I will focus on way more. So we will have the major traffic between 5 in the morning and 23 in the evening. So 5 a.m., 6 a.m. all the lines will start for the morning rush. And then at roughly 7 to 8 p.m. The lines will get a bit less dense, and then around midnight they will be gone. And then for the night part, I will only have the nightliner set up so that where there will be a few lines that run at night. I've never done that before in the YouTube series to actually work with the demand curve. And you can see from Monday to Friday, they are nearly the same. So Monday all the way to Thursday are the same. Friday evening, more demand. And then you can see Saturday and Sunday I will focus on having less buses, trams and trains out there than normally, and then we can go to distance. And that's one of the parts I want to edit. I will make this curve not drop down that hard, around 50%. So that's what I will edit in a second. And then over here as well, you can see all the long distance passengers are set to 2%. From my experience, I can set them all down to 1%. I mean, I could even, I will do it by the number, because 1% is basically like half of the original value. And the original value for long distance passengers, I can't even speak, like always, long distance passengers are, there are too many. They will absolutely overwhelm every realistic long distance network. So I will tune it all down. So now we are set to start. And before we actually start, I have decided to go for new track mods. So you can see here the AVP mods and quite a lot of things to choose from, especially with the detailings. So I will play a lot more with detailing. We will have a bit of a slower progress in this series, but we won't start with tracks. We will start smaller. Because we are a small company, I have decided to play without taking new loans. So we have to work our way with the starting loan. Small company always starts with buses. So let's get into the bus network of Nuremberg. the very first thing that I wanted to finish is the main station of Nuremberg, the center of everything. Plot twist, it's not the center for the buses in Nuremberg. There are not that many bus lines that stop there. And to be honest, there are 2 bus lines that do stop there. And those will be the 2 bus lines where we take over from the other operators. And it is basically the very first line that we have the contract for, that we are supposed to run it. So progress for our small company, 2 lines that will be run from the main station all the way over to, I don't want to say suburbia, because Nuremberg is a crazy city. I have been there once in my life. It's just city and city and city and city, and then stops somewhere in the field randomly. So we will get a lot of passengers from those bus lines. So going the center very early on may be a mistake, but I wanted to get the main station done so we have the core of the network done. And it feels a bit weird being back and just talking over the time-lapse. Because I record the time-lapse, I set everything up, I cut out all the things that you don't have to see, like me checking Google Maps for 10 minutes to understand where that bus stop is at the main station. I failed so badly. I set up the green part there, the road. Maybe also I could explain that. The green blueprint is roads, the pink blueprint is road and tram, and then I use only tram tracks. And I learned quite a lot from the first build. It is a totally different way of playing Nimby Rails. And the first thing I learned that you're currently seeing here that I do wrong is set up the road crossings with the pink blueprint first, and then do these naked clear tracks where I will detail around later down the line afterwards, because it's not worth the hassle, the pain to get the road crossing done when it's only this naked track. I put in the road very early on, and then way down the line I put in the other road, the bus road for the crossing, but it already looks super good directly after building it. So no detail needed actually. It already looks great, but there will be a lot of detailing in the series going on in the second, basically the second episode. So yeah, at this point I forgot what I wanted to say. This tunnel here, though, here for the first time you see the green only roads. I will place down a lot of roads in this save. This is only the start. I create a tunnel here of these 2 roads. One will be used for the bus lines later down the line, and the 2 tram road mixture types, they will be both used for trams, of course, but also one of the bus lines. So when they're coming from the main station, going into the tunnel, they will use these asphalt tram tracks to get out, because this double road is one way. So a lot of chaos finding everything out, but let's talk about why we are actually in Nuremberg. And the reason for it, because the modern history of German rail transport officially started here in Nuremberg in 1835, so 191 years ago. And that's why the new journey starts here as well. Not with the same route, but from the same city. In 1935, the first steam train rode from Nuremberg to Fürth, a city we will also see very soon. Back then, the tracks ran parallel to the main road connecting the 2 Bavarian towns, basically a straight line. You can look up the Royal Privileged Ludwig Railway Company. The map of the route looks so unnatural. The first steam locomotive, the Adler, or Eagle in English, was supplied with its driver from Newcastle. So even back then the people understood more about Europe than Boris Johnson and his Brexit movement. Beginning on 8th of December 1835, a horse-drawn service operated on the line from Nuremberg to Fürth once an hour. In the midday, the Adler only operated the 13 and 14 o'clock daily runs. The high cost of importing hard coal from Saxony prevented a more widespread use. With the acquisition of more locomotives, only the early and late services were horse-drawn. Finally, in 1863, horse operations were abandoned to reduce maintenance cost and to raise the speeds of the trains. Even though the line proved the concept, a planned extension to Würzburg was at first denied by the government, until private interest groups continued working on the realization of a direct connection between Fürth and Würzburg. After the time-lapse, there's a good part done of the central part that I want to work with at the beginning for the very first 2 bus lines. So let's build blueprints. I will only build those that we will later also use. So, or do I build all of them and only leave out the edges? Yeah, okay, we only leave out the edges. So here I can already see how many, and when I say many, I mean many markers points you have, segments. Really insane. So yeah, there I left out the last ones, there I left out the last ones, there I left out the last ones. And we are getting closer to the main station. Not the main station itself, because that's down here, but the plaza in front of it. And oh yeah, you can see how many segments I have used here. It's really, really a lot. And yeah, maybe it got a bit out of hand building it. I have never had an experience like this in Nimby Rails, just building so much in such a small area. And I mean, it's not even over. It is not even over. So that's, yeah. When I stepped back after building it, I was like, what the hell did I just build? Just look at this. I mean, yeah, it's not perfect. I can see it, for example, here. I'll put in this all the way until there, because when I now build this part of the road, you can see how it just perfectly goes in. Then I can do the same here on the other side. Did I just... Yes, I did. Okay. Okay, second try. Put it in like this. Build it. Now you can see it works. And then, of course, I also want to build this one in there. And then maybe one... maybe not like that. Like that, yes. That looks good. So, we build it like this. Looks good. Like, looks good. Maybe I will even... Yeah, do... Oh, I can't. Okay. And we put this one in here. We put this one in there. Like that. That looks good. And then we put another one in here. Like that. And like that I could now continue so much. Yeah, let's also do it here. Like that, and then I want to continue it all the way into there. I could of course also just build it better in the beginning. And we put in this. Yeah, I just wanted to say the stop is already in, so I don't need to worry about that. Then we can also already start decorating at least a bit. Let me remove all the buildings. I won't show you in video form how much time goes into searching the right assets, because then we would sit here for hours. What I'm now looking for is German there. Let's take that one. But does it fit with the tiles? Yeah, let's try it. So we're going like this. And now I'm not even sure where exactly, because 2 meters is too far away. Wait, I can go in. We have bus packs. How 2.5 meters? Is it actually right? 12 and 2.5 meters. Yes, so 1.25 m. We could make it 1.35 m, 1.5. And then 2.75, 2.8. Yeah, 2.8 is too much, so we do 7.5. It looks too little. Oh, because it's 7. Like that. And then we put it in like that, and then we take this. And first of all, I put it in a way 2.75 meters, 2.75 meters. I'll put it out all the way to 4 meters, at least for now. So it's not that big. Then we can build it, then I can edit this one in like that. Yeah, that looks good-ish. Of course, I somehow have to integrate it down the line with the entire plaza. Then I can also build this. And then do this. I don't want to cross the track itself. We'll keep it under the line. All the way until here. Then move it out like that. And that looks better. Better. Then that, of course, I think here we can relatively simple just do it like this. Then here's a bit more, I would say difficult, but like that should work. Then I put that one in. Yeah. So, road crossings. This is what I mean with the road crossing. That's now done. We have the first type of station here. I can just copy that and paste it in here. I think it's on the right side, and then here, of course, double track means just put it onto the outside. And then we go, I don't want to copy the entire thing. We put in the platform like that. Now I can present to you a basically finished Nuremberg main station. The 2 bus lines that I want to focus on the beginning are arriving from Wildheimstraße, so going under the tunnel, into the tunnel, coming out here. Then driving, so the bus goes onto the upper road, straight on the upper road, and then turns into this station here. Then crosses the tram tracks on the bottom side, goes out through these roads onto these tram tracks. There I need to build a connection. No, I don't want to do a parallel. I want to put one in like this, so we can cross into it. Then over here I would need to have a crossing like that goes out. Make it the normal road. And then the main station is done. I will sit down and do a bit of detailing, and will then come back to you with the result of it. But before I show you the results, look at this. This is the normal zoom size. When I go to Poland, you can see we have Katowice, Krakow down there, Warsaw. In the zoom, we have Kaunas, all the places that the last network took part, and go back and there's nothing. I love this. It feels somehow good. And when we zoom into Nuremberg, let me disable the station names. I have prepared a few stations, just a few. So when I continue to zoom in, you can see it's really a relatively short line, more or less in the city center. Okay, not really only the city center, but it's not too much for first line. And we will work it backwards. So we will start at the, was it Marienbrücke? No, Heinemannbrücke? Heinemannbrücke, yes. We have a beautiful, the most beautiful, okay, no Trump cosplays here. We have a nice small station. We have a through-going road connection down here. We have a through-going connection up there and turnaround pad. That's one for our line. So yeah, I haven't set up a line yet, so it will start here. Then it will go over the bridge. It's the Heinemannbrücke, surprisingly. And then we follow, oh my god, I don't even know. In Germany, it's a Bundesstraße, so it's not Autobahn, but it's also not a normal road. So yeah, it's the second most important type of road we have in Germany, second biggest type. So we have two normal lanes and the bus stops also always on the side. I haven't yet created the junctions, only those where I know that I will also build them. Later down the line, I may sit down into all the roads to have them at least covered. And then you can see it here, all set up with grass in the middle. The line that we will take care of, I have 43 or 44, I don't remember right now, goes around here. Another line goes through on the bigger road. We go through this, through the Zersabelhof. I don't know why I tried to pronounce it in English. And then we go towards the city. We have the Gleishammer, that will be later a connection where S-Bahn type trains stop. So 2 tracks S-Bahn and 2 tracks, 4 types like regional trains, and also all the way up to Intercity Express going down to Munich. Future music. And then through the more center part of the city, so the city center is up there, but it's also still relatively close to the center. We go through a side street, then come to a bit of a bigger street, at least lane-wise, traffic-wise probably not. And then here we have a tunnel that looks a bit weird. I will have to work out a way to put decals and the bridge above it so that it looks better. And I have to work a lot with +1 to cover the ground and make sure that this actually doesn't look too weird. I mean, the other bridge, the other tunnel is the same. Yeah, the road is just sitting on top of the tunnel, even though it is a tunnel. So, yes, no clue what I'm supposed to do there. But then, you can already see it. We're coming in. This is already the areas you know. I put in a lot of cobble in there. And then I tried to replicate Nuremberg main station. Yeah, I'm not sure how successful that was. At least it's the plaza in front. It looks that depressive on Google Maps as well if you want to go and check it out. But yes, I tried my best. I put in stairs, these desks. I even put in people, small information boards, those things for rubbish. This isn't supposed to be like that. How can I fix? No, I want to edit this one, put it a bit further back. There as well, and then we make it under tracks but +1, then we don't have this weird black something there. On the outsides we have fences towards the road. Also here we also have a fence, we have the stairs, even though they're not shaded, so they look a bit ugly. A few plants here and there where they are also in real life. And then I just try to make it as good as possible. The building looks like shit. But that's just because I focus more on these two things here on the outside and put in some decoratives. I have no clue how to put the roof in properly. I maybe need to shade it somehow at the sides. And I haven't worked with shades yet, but yeah, that's the current progress. And I will throw in the line and set it up. I will even set it up even though we don't have a depot yet. I would just black hole the trams, yes, the buses. So yeah, but that we're going to have running buses. And it feels a bit ironic to say that we finally have running buses, but when I speed up the game, they should spawn. So let me change the speed to +1. And there it is. It is the very first bus, currently on its way towards Heinemannbrücken. No, not Heinemannbrücken, Heinemannbrücke. Like, yeah, let's go put the station names back in. We also have one at the main station. And look at this. Let me also remove the platform names. That already screams for me. Let me do it like that. And we have a bit of like that. I do it like that. I take a screenshot because this is perfect material for the video. So you have already seen this. I'm a little bit amazed. This looks so awesome. So when it's going to depart, 25 seconds. Let me speed that up a bit. And after we watch this bus depart, I want to say train, after we watch this bus depart, I will explain to you how the schedule actually works. I decided to keep it easy. Oh, it looks so good. It doesn't even take the fence or crashes into the fence. I'm proud that I made it right on accident. And then it will leave. It will leave. Then the special part that I don't even remember if I kept it in a video. You can see it here. The tram tracks are asphalt exactly for this reason, so that the bus drivers can just go onto it. And then they go into the tunnel. Maybe it will look a bit weird when they go in. Yeah, that is something I have to remember and fix. Then on the other side probably as well, I will just put a roof above at +1, that you don't see this weird glitching. It has one passenger. At the beginning I talked about not making it too big, but I think 150 seaters are not too big for basically city center connections. So let's put back in platform names and train icons. All 4 of them have spawned. Why all 4 of them? We will go into the schedule. And you can already see we have one schedule here. Let me open up the demand curve editor. There we go. I need to keep it open. Okay. So we have schedules from 5 in the morning. So right here where we have roughly 25% origin. Then it goes all the way till midnight. So all the way until here, where we are below 10%, where we basically just drive the last people home. That's then the time where we will switch to a night schedule. And now there's one very, very awesome part. These 2 buses, so run number 1, run number 2, they are not good putting in a night schedule. So these buses are bound to go back to the depot, and they will spend the night at the depot. The awesome part is we have schedule number 3. It's one of the boosters. So here, these bus, for example, I can always put onto the night lines because it's only there to supplement during the day. And when we check out the demand curve, once again, you can see it starts at 6. So when we go here to 6, we are crossing the 50% threshold. And then when I checked where I can remove it, we're here at 1856, so basically 19. And there you can see it also dropping down below the 50. I could kept it out for maybe another hour, but yeah, or do I? Because now when I explain it, it sounds so logical to keep them out a bit longer. So yeah, I would just give it one more rotation, one more run basically. And then here we also make it 1910, or do I want to keep them out a full hour later, 1956? Then I would also need to add one more onto this, which would then be 2010 already. It's a bit late, yes, but better than... because here we are still at 40% at 20. So that's the time where it will go back to 2 buses. For the other entire time, we have the big runs. And it feels so weird that these 4 buses are the first 4 that are back at running. And I also, of course, decided to go on different liveries. We have the mostly white one with a little bit of Deutsche Bahn red. Red, yes, red. We have the white one with the white and red one. So these boxes on the roof, they are red. Here they are white. And then we have this one unicorn. This one, that's just fully red. And I want to go with a very limited number of buses that are actually fully red. So that's it for today. It's already a very long video. Thank you so much for watching, for those who kept it here until the end. And what do you think about my new approach on detailing more and playing it a bit more slower and more locally? The next video we will continue with the next bus line and then check out what we can expand on further and maybe even do the first night line, because I saw an N2, the night line 2 also goes into that direction. Maybe I can build it already. I will check that out in the next episode together with you. So, see you in the next one, and bye bye. Thank you so much for watching and your support. And yeah, see you soon.